Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Christmas Memorial District. We're doing a leadership conference and training this morning, in particular for our pastors and leaders, and also members of the leadership team at the individual churches there. We hope that you're doing well this morning, and we are excited about what we have to share with you this morning. We have some very important some techniques. We have some important information and also some inspirational component this morning to encourage our leadership team and not only encourage our leadership team, but to give us the skills that we need, as the word says, iron sharpening iron, so that we can be more effective and better at how we do ministry, particularly in now a very virtual world, a very virtual space to do ministry. As part of that, we have invited Evangelist Carter, TK Carter, as you may see her on social media. She has recently gone through very extensive training over the course of the past year to receive leadership information, leadership tools that'll be very beneficial to us as leaders and very helpful and inspirational to us. And she reached out, and we reached out back to her, and we said we found a very important space where, our pastors, they need to be encouraged, our leaders need to be encouraged and equipped. It's good to be encouraged, but you also need to be equipped to do ministry in this changed space of how we provide and affect ministry for the world. And she has agreed to be with us on this morning, and we're grateful to have her. So for the first portion of our training this morning, we're going to turn it over to her, Evangelist Takitha Carter, there in Memphis, Tennessee. She is a member of our good friend, Pastor Donald Chisholm's church there, very good friend of mine. And she is going to share with us some things from her leadership experience and also from her leadership training, very extensive training that she's gone over in the past year. Not only building upon the leadership training that she's had over the years. And we're going to turn our time over to her at this time, and afterwards we will engage in our virtual training. So at this time, I want you to really welcome Sister TK Carter.
Thank you so much, Superintendent Chrisman. This is so awesome, and I'm so happy to be here with everyone. And I am just so excited about this time of training and time of sharing. And this is so important in the virtual space that we're living in right now, that we gain clarity on how we should continue to move out and continue to certainly move forward. So I am very excited about this opportunity. So thank you once again, Superintendent Chrisman, for the opportunity to present a training technique. And this is going to be exciting this morning. At least I'm energized, I'm energetic, and I'm ready to share such a wonderful and amazing experience about the law of the rubber band, the law of the rubber band. And as it was stated, I've just completed a very extensive training, and I am John Maxwell certified as a speaker, trainer, and coach. And in this realm of training, we have invaluable laws of growth that we have also embarked upon, and I want to share some of that with you. So today, we're going to explore the law of the rubber band as it relates to ministry and as it relates to leadership. And so what I would like for you to understand is that as leaders, so many times we are so engrossed with pouring out that we are very rarely poured into. And when you are not poured into, you start pouring from an empty cup. And that is oxymoronic in and of itself, simply because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour out what you do not have in. And so today, this is a very wonderful gift to you from Superintendent, because he wants to ensure that we are equipped interpersonally. And so this requires interpersonal growth. And many of us as pastors and ministry leaders, we've discovered over time that the brilliance that we once offered lacks luster, energy, time and attention. And this is because over time, due to things that cloud or causes an overcast over our brilliance, we become stagnated and things become left unaddressed. And it produces a clouded perception of how things are as to how things should be. And according to John Maxwell's 10th invaluable law of growth, he states that growth stops when you lose tension between where you are now and where you could be. My loose interpretation of that is that the worst place any leader can be is in the zone of comfort. I know many of you would beg to disagree that the worst state to be in is the place of being broke or not having enough funding or not having enough resources or looking at a loss of membership or even contending with the idea as to whether you should stay and in pastoral or not. Many of you would say that's where the worst place is, but all of that is wrapped up into one C word that we know today as comfortable. Comfortable and being comfortable in a space that's safe. When we as leaders tuck ourselves away in a shell of comfortability, it allows for another C word, and that C word is clot. It's a clot that comes, a blood clot in the areas of ministry form because you have allowed stagnation to become the normal way of life. It's comfortability. So let me ask you an extremely uncomfortable question, leaders. And as you're following along this and as you're listening, I want you to pull out pen and paper. And I also want you to find a rubber band. I want you to find a rubber band. That's going to be part of the exercise this morning. I want to preface my statement to the leaders stating that we are always on the assessment track. As leaders, you're always assessing and analyzing, or at least you should be. You should always be in a situation where you're making conscious assessments and analyzations that you can actually look inside of a space and say, this needs help, or this is heavy over here. We need to extract, or we need to add. You're always in a space of assessment and analyzing. So right now, where we need to analyze and what we need to assess is no different. However, it deals with us, right? The person looking back in the mirror, that's who we need to assess. This assessment is personal. What are at least 5 things that you have completed in 2020 that would change the trajectory of hybrid ministry in 2021 and beyond? I want you to carefully consider that question. 5 things. I want you to write down 5 things that you have challenged yourself to do in 2020 that you're going to do in hybrid ministry right now, which is virtual as well as in person for 2021 and beyond. Listen, the one thing I want to bring to the forefront, and I want to make very clear, is that most of us leaders, we pray for time. Leaders pray for time. Oh Lord, I need more time. I just don't have time to do this. I've got this going on over here and I have that going over there. In 2019 and prior to March of 2020, we were begging for the commodity of time. However, we were issued a ticket of time in 2020. And most of us cannot even fill the spaces of 5 things that we can do differently because we dedicated time and attention to that. And so what I have to say is that we probably didn't lack time more than we lacked discipline. We asked for time, but we lack discipline. So if you cannot fill the space of 5 things that you would at least do differently in a hybrid space right now, then it's questionable whether you really need time or do you really need to reassess who you are and what you are giving your time and attention to. One thing we fell well at is developing and cultivating our very own potential. And that's God's gift to us. I would submit to you, one leader who has put something in their mind to accomplish and then quickly lifted their foot off of the gas of that because of an invisible demon choir that starts to play inside of your mind. Yes, it's a demon choir. It sings the songs of intimidation, which takes us to the drive of that song of comparison, which leads us now to the refrain of procrastination. And we end the song doing absolutely nothing. Fear is sometimes masqueraded as laziness, and we more often than not are just comfortable. We're back to that word. We're just comfortable. So this morning, leaders, I have to tell you that if you fail to get stretch marks in the journey, you have failed to stretch. So I want you to know stretch marks now are a good thing, okay? They used to be something that everybody was trying to get rid of. You know, cocoa butter was very big back in the day because everybody wanted to get rid of their stretch marks. But let me tell you something. Stretch marks are the sign. It's a signature mark of an exceptional leader. You know why? Because you're always putting yourself in a situation to develop and grow. So let's take this rubber band here. I have a rubber band, and I want you all, I told you to get a pen, paper, and a rubber band. What I want you to do is I need you to take this rubber band, and I need you to stretch the rubber band. I first want to know, what can you do with a rubber band? Write down what you can do with it. What are some benefits of a rubber band? You can at least name 10 benefits to a rubber band. I think a rubber band can fix just about anything. I mean, you can use it for a ponytail, just like you can use it for tying up a side of your t-shirt. You can put it around a bunch of ink pens. You can use a rubber band for a whole lot of different things, right? We primarily use them for cosmetic purposes, but you know, rubber bands are very essential. But the one thing that the rubber band has in common to anything that we use it for is the fact that in order for it to receive benefit, in order for us to benefit from it at the highest level of its potential, it has to be stretched. The rubber band is no good if it's in its original state. If it's not past its original state, if it's not pushed past its potential, it has no benefit. It's just there. So today, I want to let you know that the virtual space that we're in right now has stretched a lot of us. Many are still saying, well, why do we have to be virtual? Why do we have to go on Zoom? Why do we have to use StreamYard? Instead of asking those questions, you should now embrace the idea that the virtual space is where we are. And so the one common thing that we all have is that it stretches us beyond our potential. And in order to be useful and to accomplish what is needed to be accomplished, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, meaning that this rubber band, it doesn't feel good. I'm almost positive it doesn't feel good to be stretched. But in order to reap the full benefit outside of its natural state, it has to be stretched beyond its capacity. So, how many can truly say that you've embraced being stretched? Others have said they have. Some are trying, but a few are not. You're not willing to stretch. You're willing to stay where you are because it's a safety zone. It's a safe place. And I'm not saying that you're a bad person if you decide not to stretch yourself. But what I am saying is that you will miss the complete benefit of the potential of which you have been given by God to serve and add value to so many other parts of who you are and where you have been called to be if you decide that you're not going to take the commitment to stretch. I make it a solid point not to communicate with people with whom, you know, say, hey, I want you to come into and sit here and talk with us, because I want this to be very, very signifying that I have not had any communication with Superintendent Chrisman about what is needed in the district and things of that nature. I want it to be a very genuine conversation. So if perhaps something I'm saying today, as I come to a close on this, if perhaps something is being said today that has been already said to you, let me tell you, go ahead and just make the adjustment. make the opportunity for you to stretch. We're busy pouring out. When was the last time that you just sat down and wrote out your goals? When was the last time you just said, I want goals for my ministry? I need goals for my leadership. I need goals for the persons who are coming into where I am right now. When was the last time you attended to others, but also showed up for yourself? Oh my goodness. God is not going to be upset with you if you take time to do what it is that you need to do. Let me wrap this up by saying it's okay for you to stretch and rate yourself in the areas of satisfaction that you want to see grow in your life as well as your ministry. Put your family back on top of the list. Show up for you, because that's where you start to gain strength and momentum. We focus on money and resources, but I found that it is so easy to focus on that and leave out the idea that sometimes we need to stop, replant, reposition, refocus, cultivate, and prune so that we can reposition where we are. My mother loves ivy plants, and most baby boomers do. I don't know what it is about those things. And they just grow and grow and grow and grow. And they're so expansive. And my mother, I used to see a yellow flower and I'd just go and snatch it off and throw it away. And I would see something else and I'd just snatch it off and throw it away. And my mother told me something one day. She said, let me show you how to correctly help this plant. My mother took the plant outside and she started trimming around and pruning and cutting. And she said, go get me some fresh soil. She said, go get me a fresh pot. And she actually repotted the plant and she gave it a little bit of water. And one thing significant that she did, she sat it out in the sun. I would submit to you, my friends, that when we have been replanted and exposure to the SON, that is when we're going to be refreshed. That is when time is going to revitalize. That is when time takes on a new meaning. T, tenacity. I, ingenuity. M, management. E, expectation. Leaders, the investment we are missing is time. Tenacity, ingenuity, management, and expectation. Excellence is the nemesis of mediocrity. Wherever there is excellence, it will always highlight mediocrity. And the only person who is at their best 100% of the time is the person who would love to remain mediocre, because average is all they want to achieve. Let me tell you what average is. Average is what the failures claim to be when you don't want to be more successful. Average is the top of the bottom. Average is the run of the mill. Average is the lazy person's cop out. Average is to just pass away time. That's what average is. And we don't have time to be average leaders. Time, tenacity, ingenuity, management, expectation. So this is the challenge that I leave you with. I challenge each and every one of you to stretch beyond your level of awareness. Get the proper amount of rest. Take the proper amount of time. Communicate and connect. Communicate and connect. And you do this with a conscious effort to bring stagnation to significance. Stir that stagnation up. Let's make it significant. Let's come and thrust our resources into limitless opportunities. We're going to stop maximizing the opposition because it will minimize every opportunity. So, leaders, let's come on back northward. Being 10 miles south of Lodabar is not where God intended us to live. So let's come out of our comfort zones. Let's replant, refresh, recultivate, and let's get ready to stretch in 2021. God bless you so much. It's back into the hands of Superintendent Larry Chrisman. Pastor Chrisman, you're doing a great job, but we cannot hear you.
She shared so much there. Thank you. It was wonderful to hear what she had to share. There is so much intimidation that can happen relative to what we have been facing in this pandemic. And sometimes it can cause you to be, as she mentioned, just stagnant. You can get to a place where I forget they call the paralysis of analysis. You can assume that there's so much to be done that you attempt to work on it, and then you get frustrated in your attempt to work on it, and then by the end of the day, you wind up doing nothing. You can be stagnant and do nothing. This is something I want to do real quick. She did not ask for anything. Mrs. Carter, she's on here for free. She's offering her services. But those who are with us, I had to go get it myself. That's her Cash App. She's shaking her head while I'm saying this. But if she said something that blessed you, I know she said something that blessed me. I'm going to be a blessing to her. I didn't ask her permission. I chose to do it anyway. She's definitely shared some things that were a blessing, and I know that you were blessed by what you heard, and I want you to share something with her financially, if you will. Her Cash App there, Working the Dash. She works hard in social media ministry. And I know that she shared something that will be a blessing to you. So go ahead and do that for us. If you'll do that, share something with her Cash App. There it is, Working the Dash. If you just share a little something with her, encourage her, let her know that we appreciate her and we thank God for her. So many beautiful acronyms, so many nuggets she shared that I can be a blessing to us. Again, this for those who are on with us participating. Remember, this is recorded and we can share that link with you. So if you missed anything and you were trying to take notes and you were unable to, don't worry, we still got you covered. And so you can view this later. Don't if I'm removing some people from the stream right now, don't go away. But I just wanted to dual screen with her real quick before she left. But thank you so much, Evangelist Carter. You shared some beautiful things with us, and we appreciate what you did. And again, for those who are with us, those who are watching by YouTube as well, Cash App, Working the Dash. If she shared something that blessed you, why don't you be a blessing to her ministry? And we know that she took her time to do this for us, but I know she has many more platforms where she will be sharing, many other places that she'll be sharing, but she took time for home first, for family, and we appreciate taking time, trying to give us the family discount, but we want to show that we do appreciate what you shared with us. God bless you, Evangelist Carter. So we thank her for her time. We appreciate her. Again, that's Working the Dash at Cash App. And we appreciate her being a blessing to us. And we are about to move on. We have a lot more to share. So again, don't go away. I'm bringing everybody back into the stream. Okay, I should have you all in. All right, here we are. Everybody who's with us should be there. And we are going to go forward with what we were sharing today. We said we want to do this is really a virtual lesson that we're going to share today. And we're going to talk a lot about how we can be more effective and impactful in our streaming. And we have a lot to share. For those who are on the text message, you should have received my outline for today, the outline for what we're going to be sharing. There's so much we could be doing, but there's a time limitation. So if you noted on the text message, all of you who are on the text message, you should have gotten the list of what we're preparing to share this morning. I may even be able to pull that up for those who are just watching us online, and we'll see if we can do that for you. But there's a lot that we want to share today, and I know that it'll be a blessing to you. But we're going to start. Let me pull up my list, and we'll follow our list. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you. Make sure that I'm doing it in a way that is meaningful. Okay. All right. So I pulled up the screen. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Okay. All right. And I'm sharing the wrong screen. Excuse me. let me adjust this. Here we go. All right, that's the correct screen. All right, let's do a bigger share there. Okay. All right. Let me make that a little bigger for you. We're going to talk about a website. And for those of you who are with us now, this is the interactive portion. So if you need me to go slower, if you have a question, this is the interactive portion. So you feel free to jump in. We're going to talk about creating a website, and then we'll talk about Instagram, Twitter, some of those things. And we'll talk about those as well. For website, and I'll just be honest with you, websites are not as important as they used to be. I will say that. It's nice to have a website. The reason I'd say to have a website is for the sake of legitimacy. If you want someone to understand that you have a valid organization, and if you're filing paperwork, and if you're trying to get validated and verified for many things that are necessary, it's good to have a website. It's also good to have a website with what we call a personalized domain. Here you have, you see me listing create a website, Wix.com. Wix.com is an easy place to create a website. There are many others. This is just something that I've used personally, that I have knowledge and information about. It's an easy place to create a website. It can be free. If you do free, it does not have a personalized domain. So just be aware of that. It's good to have personalized domains. That means, like, if your church is Faith Temple, is the Faith Temple Church, then it'd be good. You're going to have to pay for it to say www.faithtemplechurch.org. If you have the free, it's going to give you a long link, this long URL that's sometimes difficult to get to. But just, you can start for free. That way you can just get your feet wet, get started. If you do not have a website, I encourage you to do so. Wix is a good way to do it. It's not the only one. There are several others, so you can check some of the others if you'd like. But this is just one way. This is just one way to get your website out there. It's $23 a month for most of the things that you need. You'll get a personalized domain. They'll remove their branding and ads, and they have 10 gigabytes of storage space, which you will need once you start uploading pictures and videos and such. So I implore you, that's very important to get a website. So I wanted to list that first. It's important for the sake of legitimacy. Now, for the sake of streaming, it's not necessary. You don't need a website to stream. You don't need a website to share your videos and any of that. That's not necessary. It's not relevant to that. I'm talking more for the sake of legitimacy. When people want to know that you're a valid organization, it's almost now as important as having a street address and a mailing address. You want to have a mailing address. If you don't have a physical location, then you want to get a P.O. box. That's another discussion we can have for those who are starting ministries or don't have a distinctive address for your ministry. But you also need a website with a personalized domain, and Wix.com is one avenue. I'm not selling for them. I'm not recommending them. There may be one that's cheaper and better. This is just one that I'm familiar with and that I work with, and I think it is important to get a website. So make sure that you do have a website. Again, not for streaming purposes, but just for legitimacy purposes. It's good to have a website. What we have here is some of this is pretty obvious. I'm sorry, that skipped a little bit. Some of this is pretty obvious in terms of streaming. Some of this is very basic. I want to preface what I'm saying is that what I'm giving you is definitely part one. When I started making this outline, I said, I can't do this in one sitting. This is part one, and I'd say this is the basics. We can have a more advanced session later, but this is a very basic session relative to streaming, because we can talk later about. I saw some other things that we do in terms of live streaming by phone, having podcasts, being on Apple Podcasts, getting on Spotify, some things like that. Using eVoice for phone numbers, directing people to helping to direct people to your Zoom calls and to online streaming. All of that, we'll get to that later. But this is very basic. Most of you have figured out to some degree how to stream to Facebook. I think everybody who's on this call, the ministries that are represented, I've seen you on Facebook. One thing that you want to do is have a Facebook page, not a Facebook profile. There's a difference between a page and a profile. A profile is what you have for yourself. So when you first got on Facebook, that's considered a profile. A page is when you create, and they call it pages. You create a page specifically for your church or specifically for your organization. You have a lot more options when you have a page as opposed to a profile. So I found out I started a ministry page on Facebook for me, not because I'm trying to go out beyond and branch beyond the church, more that it opens up more opportunities relative to streaming and relative to reaching people virtually. You can go live from a Facebook profile or from a page, but on a page, you can set a scheduled live. That means you can upload a video on Facebook and you can stream it later. You can schedule it and go later. Okay. So in fact, let's look at that really quick. If I can go back to Facebook. Okay. This is me. This is me looking, on Sister Carter's page so I could get her Cash App. So that's what I was doing there. But if we go to pages, here you see my profile. I have pages here, several pages that are linked to me. And I have so many tabs opened up right now. It's taking a minute. But one of them here is Bright Temple. We're going to click on that. And no, we're going to wait, and I'm going to close some of my other. I'm going to have to close some of my other tabs so that this will work. Okay. All right. Okay, so I might have to pull this up. Okay, it might take a second for me to pull that up. So while I'm doing that, let's go back to our main page, and I will work on that in the background while I'm speaking. Yes, but on Facebook, the thing that I'm trying to show you is that you can upload a video and show it later, which one thing that we discovered while streaming is something called Facebook Premiere. And this is not exclusive to Facebook. You can also do this on YouTube. When you do this allows you to pre-record a video, and then it gives you the same impact as if you have streamed the video live. And that's beautiful. Why do you want a live video? The first thing you want for a live video, you see here, notifications are sent. That means anybody that's following you gets a notification that you've gone live. If you just post a video, you don't get notifications. They don't send notifications. You just show up in, the stream, and people can see you in the stream. People can see that you have. And Joseph, yeah, go ahead, Joseph. I hear you. People can see you on the timeline. That's what I'm talking about. Timeline. Your post will show up in the timeline, but it won't notify all of your followers. But if you upload a video and then premiere it later, then you will get, everybody who's following you will get a notification. And that's a beautiful thing, because that means more people are going to watch what you're doing. The same thing happens on YouTube. And I think I have it mentioned on YouTube as well. Notifications, premiere notifications are sent. That's a wonderful thing, because you are literally expanding your audience. If it doesn't go live, if you don't do a premiere, it just puts it on your timeline and somebody may see it or they may not see it. But if you go live on a premiere, it sends out notifications and it says, hey, Faith Temple Kojic is going live. And then all of your users are then kind of pointed to your page, and then they will be drawn to whatever you're sharing that day. So if you ever need to upload a video for later and you want to post it live, I'll tell you something many ministries do, I've seen, and I'll just be honest, I've copied it because I saw them doing it. They would go live, and then later they would repost their video as a premiere. So they would go live on Facebook, then they would, whatever they recorded, they would upload that recording and make it a premiere, and then they would premiere that video later, which is very smart. So that means not only did their ministry get the notifications that they were live when they went live, but then all of their users get another notification when they premiere the video and upload it and share it later. So yes, I strongly encourage you doing that premiere. Again, you can do that on Facebook or YouTube. Both of them allow you to do premieres. And when you upload the video, it gives you the opportunity for it to notify all your users, and they will get a notification that you are live, or in this case, it will say premiering, such and such is premiering a video. So it'll say, again, I guess I'm saying Faith Temple Ministries is premiering a video. So let's make sure that if you get an opportunity to do that, go ahead and do that. I think Joseph is trying to pull this up for me. I think I might have it, Joseph. Hold on. Go ahead, keep going, Joseph, because you may get it before I do. But I have a lot of tabs open, guys. That's why my computer's running slow, and I'm closing some of these tabs now. But yes, but if you, it will. Okay. Okay, are you there? Is that you, Joseph? Okay. Okay, that's not me. Okay, what you want to do is go to on your pages, you want to go to Bright Temple. And when you go to Bright Temple, you want to go to your page. And when you go to your page, you want to go to Publishing Tools. And when you go to Publishing Tools, it will give you the opportunity to upload a video. So Joseph is there. He's opening that now. Yeah, you go to Bright Temple, or you go to your page, whatever your page is. And if you haven't, going back, if you do not have a page for your ministry, you need to create a page. If your ministry does not have a separate individual Facebook page, go to your Facebook page and create one. Looks like Joseph's having the same problems I'm having. Facebook may be having an issue at this moment. But yeah, you want to go, you want to create a page. So if you create a page, again, it gives you a lot of different options about going live, premiering videos, posting the video later, also cross-posting. So for example, I have a ministries page. I can cross-post a video from the Bright Temple page to my ministries page without uploading it twice. I just upload it one time. And then what I'll do is make it available for cross-posting. And when I make it available for cross-posting, that gives me the opportunity to post it on two separate pages at the same time, which is beautiful, which means not only will all of the people on Bright Temple get a notification, then all the people who are attached to my ministries page will also get a notification that we have gone live. So I'll get my Bright Temple people will get a notification, and then those who are following me on my LJ Chrisman Ministries page will also get a notification. Again, the more people you notify that you're live, the more people who are likely to click on your link and follow your stream. So you want to maximize the amount of reach that you have. So that is a way to do that, is by is by going to Publishing Tools. I think I might have it now. Hold on. Let's try it. We'll see if it works. Okay, I'm on the Bright Temple page. You go to Publishing Tools right here on the left toolbar. And, okay, let's see if it'll. But yeah, Publishing Tools gives you insight on how to post all your videos. And then once you pull up Publishing Tools, okay, let's see. Okay, it's giving me notifications. But once you pull up Publishing Tools, on your left bar, it will have something that says Creator Studios. Okay, so we're going to try this again. Go to Publishing Tools. And then once you pull up Publishing Tools, it will say something that's called Creator Studios. In Creator Studios, that gives you a lot of options in terms of your live stream, in terms of posting videos, in terms of uploading videos. Okay. All right. Okay. I just saw your message, Sister Carter. If you can help me with that, that'd be great. She can share her screen, because mine is still spinning, if you will. Oh, there it is. It finally came up very slowly. Okay, there it is. All right. This is my we're in Publishing Tools, and now I'm in Creator Studios. And here I can create a post. So if I click Create a Post, it's going to give me a lot of options in terms of creating videos. So again, you want to go to your Facebook page, not your profile. Facebook page for your church. If you don't have one, create one immediately. It's very important. And it gives me options about creating posts. I can create posts. I can upload videos. Like I said, it's moving a little slow this morning. But again, Publishing Tools, go to Creator Studios, and that gives you options in terms of relative to creating posts. I can create a post right now. And let's say you want to share a post regarding your service on Sunday. You can create that now. You can say, we're going to go live on Sunday. So create a nice, fabulous post. And instead of saying share now, you can just have it to share. You can have it share later. Okay. So again, it gives you options for cross posting, all of that. It's a great tool. I encourage you to use it. So again, I'm speaking of going to Facebook, creating a Facebook page, and setting notifications for that page, and also uploading videos later. Okay. Also, you can cross post to Instagram. So if you link your page, your Facebook page, to your Instagram, and again, I encourage everybody, get on Instagram, get your church on Instagram. I shared this last time we talked, and I want to share it again. Your average audience age on Instagram is going to be under 25. So some of you are like, we want to reach, Generation Z. We want to reach the millennials and those who are younger. You want to reach that age group, Instagram. I can tell you from the feedback we get from the posts that we share, it gives you analytics, and the average age group that on Instagram for the people who consume our post for our church is 25 and under. So if you're wanting to reach that young group, you better get on Instagram. So get your church and Instagram page. Once you have a regular Facebook page, you can cross post your videos to Instagram. Okay. Instagram has a few more rules. On Instagram, the video has to be less than 2 gigabytes. Is that right, Joe? Okay. You're muted. I'm sorry. I'm not hearing you. You're muted, Joe. So we're not hearing you. Okay. But, I think it has to be, under 2 gigabytes or 2 gigabytes or less. So just make sure that your stream doesn't exceed that, and you'll be able to post to Instagram. You can post clips to Twitter. Now you can live stream to Twitter, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you can post clips to Twitter as well. Hold on. All right. Okay, there she is. Joseph, get it now. Joseph and I are working against each other. There you go, District Missionary. Glad to have our District Missionary with us. On Twitter, you can post your streams, but you can go live to Twitter. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'll show you how to do that. You'll need another platform to do that, program to do that. But if you just want to post a video, the limit I think is 2 minutes, 120 seconds. I advise you to use clips of your services. And when you use a clip of your services, let me say this as kindly as I can. Don't just post shouting clips. Don't just post clips of people shouting and dancing and running around the church. That I'm not taking issue with that. I'm talking about if you want to post something that's substantive, that's going to attract people to your ministry. Post clips of, you can post clips of the praise team, but post clips of the word, post clips of the pastor sharing, post clips of someone sharing and teaching. That is what is really going to attract the type of audience you want. Now you can post a shouting clip. It'll get a lot of hits. I promise you'll get plenty of hits. It won't attract anybody to your ministry. Lots of hits. You'll get a lot of social media buzz. You'll get lots of likes. It'll get lots of sharing. Someone won't be sharing for the reasons you want them to share. Some of them going to be sharing because they're laughing at you. I'm just being real. But if you want the type of people that you want to attract, if you want to attract people who will be attracted to your ministry, share with them teaching clips, share with them clips of the pastor sharing, share praise team, ministering and really going forth in worship. Manage what you share, but share something. I think it's good to share, but if you want to share, they often say you attract whatever you're using bait for. You want to catch catfish. You might want to use liver or worms. If you want to catch a bass, you might want to use a minnow or a fake lure. But it depends what you want to catch. If you're wanting to attract people to your ministry who are substantive, who are seeking the word, who are trying to turn their lives around, share the word with them. Share small clips of that, and they will be attracted to that. So I encourage you to do that. You can do that on Twitter. You can also do that on Instagram. Instagram will let you share a whole hour. It's called IGTV. You can upload a whole hour video to Instagram. I encourage you to do it. I cannot stress getting on Instagram enough. Cannot stress that enough. Like I said, it's opens a whole new audience that you're not likely reaching. The 25 and under group. I strongly encourage you to share on Instagram. YouTube. Also on Instagram, you can post a video. You can do IGTV. Well, you have to post IGTV if it's longer than a minute, I believe. If it's less than a minute or less, you can just post it on Instagram anywhere. So you can post that from your phone. But if it's a longer clip, IGTV, and you can post up to 60 minutes. YouTube is the best. No doubt it's the best. It's the best medium. It's the best platform. Why? Because it was already doing videos before COVID started. It's made for videos. That's its whole purpose. It's not really for posting and sharing pictures. It's made for videos. That's its whole intention, its whole purpose. It's the best. If you wonder why you say, "Oh, my video looked better in my camera than it did on Facebook." Facebook was not created for videos. Facebook will downgrade your quality all the time. We learned that the hard way. We were shooting it at church and we're like, man, this video looks good. It looks crisp. We looked at Facebook. We're like, it's grainy. And the audio is kind of spotty because Facebook downgrades your audio. It downgrades your video. You can shoot at 4K if you want to. Facebook is going to smack you back down to like 720. so I'm just letting you know, understand if you have 2K, 4K, YouTube will show 2K. It'll show 4K. It'll show much higher quality audio. So when you're sharing clips later, point people to YouTube. A lot of times for us personally, as our ministry, we share our stuff on Facebook because that's a larger audience. after it's done on Facebook, for the most part, after a few hours, we take it down. You know why? Because our higher quality content, audio and video, is on YouTube. So we encourage people to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch all of our on-demand content on YouTube. And also, again, I'll reference it, but like I said, that'll be part 2. You can also catch high quality audio on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. But all of our content remains there on Facebook. We take it down because, again, Facebook downgrades your content. But use Facebook because you're going to grab more people. But in terms of the quality of the video, YouTube. Also, you can say you have a channel. You can have a channel on YouTube that you can procure and shape your own way. You can label parts of the channel. Let's go ahead and see if we can pull this up. You can label parts of the channel the way that you want to, so that people can watch you. They can look at some of your old streams, and you can use your own. YouTube lets you use your own logo. And all of it is 100% free. It's 100% free. There are other ways to get channels. In fact, we were previously on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick. We did that for a while. Those channels are expensive. A lot of those, I think we were quoted initially when we were talking about staying on Roku, that they were wanting to charge $500 a month. And we said, praise God, we're going to try something else because that's pretty cost prohibitive. I think they realized that was a little high, and some places you can get it a little lower, but none of them are like YouTube, which is free. So on YouTube, you go to YouTube. Here's Bright Temple's channel. We got our own picture that we put up here. We have links that you'll find here. This is a link to this is our link tree. We'll talk about that in a minute. There's our link to our Facebook. We have links to our Givelify and all of our other information there. It has our name, our branding. These videos that you see here, we put here. We can decide which clips that we want to play. That's right. I'm not sharing my audio, so I can play it. It won't distract you. But this is a clip from Easter Sunday that we put up, and people can watch that. Forward is our theme for 2021. Here's our videos for this year. 2020 sermons broken down by series. It even lets you have a personalized little video cap, which is the picture in front of the video. People can look at all of those. They can look at our popular uploads based on how many people viewed it. And then they can look at our recent uploads, things that we've just uploaded recently, and our past live streams, all of our live stream content, they can find there. It's a personalized channel. It even has a personalized name. In fact, I'll change. I don't know if you can even see that, but our YouTube channel name is simple. It's youtube.com/Bright Temple. It's simple, easy for people to remember. We can send them to our channel. They can watch and observe us there. They can watch our content, but youtube.com/Bright Temple. And you can do the same. You can get a personalized address URL and this is the key, as long as you have 100 subscribers. As soon as you get 100 subscribers, you can get a personalized channel name, which is important because people want to remember. You say you're on YouTube, they can search you and look you up, and it's not that hard. But it's easier if you can just say, hey, what am I saying? Faith Temple Ministries. You can say youtube.com/Faith Temple Ministries. Okay. And then they can look you up. So, again, YouTube is the best. It gives you the higher quality, better sound. You can leave your videos on there for as long as you need to. You can have longer videos. You can premiere just like you can on Facebook. They'll send notifications to all of your subscribers. You can go live, you can post later, and you can also do like we're doing today. You can use an unlisted video. Our video today is unlisted. We have a few people watching. I think it says 2 people who are watching. I'm sure those are people who are members of other teams of our churches. Use unlisted videos, and you can send those directly to your people. So, for example, when I wanted to send a COVID update to the people at Bright Temple, and I wasn't sending it to everybody, I was just sending it to our church, I did a YouTube unlisted video, and I sent the link in our texting app. So I texted the link to our people. They watched the video on through our app, and the link was not shared with everybody else. So I can share private information by video format to our people with an unlisted video. Private means private is great too, because like, for example, and we'll talk about StreamYard, I can test things on private, and I think some people need to figure out how to do that. I've seen some people testing live on Facebook. You do not have to do that. You can send your stream live to YouTube on a private channel, do all the testing you want to, and then nobody can see it. Nobody knows you're live. Nobody knows you're testing. The only person that can see it is you. It's private to everyone but you. So that's what makes, like I said, YouTube's the best. They've been doing it the longest. That's what they were created for. So whatever you do, if you're streaming to Facebook, I know that's your bigger audience usually. Also stream to YouTube. Upload to YouTube. It's much better. You get your own channel, and you can create your own demand content. So when I say on demand, that means people can watch it whenever they want to. So like if we don't have a Tuesday night service at Bright Temple, I'll share the link to our YouTube page. I said, if you want to watch some of our content, we're not live tonight, but follow our on-demand content and watch one of our old streams. And they can just send the link, youtube.com/Bright Temple, and they can watch any of our old posts in our old services or our old Tuesday night live services. So strongly encourage YouTube. And then, of course, again, this is the interactive portion. If anybody, I can hear you, you can unmute your mic. If you have a question, you can stop me, let me know. Okay. StreamYard. That's where we are right now. We are on StreamYard, for those who do not know. I know District Missionary knows, she uses StreamYard. I know Evangelist Carter knows StreamYard, she uses it. For those of you who do not know, that's the platform that we are on right now. It's called StreamYard. In fact, let me take you so you can see, I'm trying to put you in a place where you can see what I'm seeing on StreamYard. Okay. And there you go. Now I know it's going to give you that weird tunnel effect because it's looking at itself several times. But this is what this main page focuses on here. This is what you are looking at. I'm seeing everybody who's in the stream. I have my assets over here. My assets are, of course, this is Bright Temple. This gives me all the assets that I use for. Up here is our logos. Hold on, where did I go? I think I can. Okay, let me see. Okay, I lost my mouse for a minute. Okay, let me see. All right, there we go. Lost my mouse for a minute. There are our logos. Hold on just a minute. Okay. All right. My mouse died on me. Hold on. Here we go. Our logos are here. So if I want to put a logo up in the corner, hold on. There we go. So we put a logo up in the corner, and there's our logo in the corner. Or we want to change our logo. Here's another logo I can put up in the corner. All right, those are some of the logos that I use. Some of you can see our Christmas content. And this right here, QR codes, I encourage you to use those as well. That can take people directly to your content just by using a phone. If you were to put your phone over that QR code, it would take you directly to our link tree and our website. So I encourage you to use those as well. So those are some of the things I use as logos. Here are overlays. Overlays mean they cover the whole content. So if I put this here, it covers up everything. Those are great. I love overlays. If you've used StreamYard, overlays are awesome. Why are overlays awesome? You can put that over it while you're trying to figure out what you're doing. So you're in the background I need to get my mic adjusted. I need to get my wig on straight. I need to put my teeth in. So while I'm doing all that, I can have an overlay and nobody can see what I'm doing. So make sure I love overlays. The only thing about an overlay is make sure your mic is muted, because if your mic's not muted, they can still hear what you're doing, even though they can't see it. So I love overlays. Videos, I won't do that because that'll interrupt what we're doing, but those are some of our intro and outro videos that we use. They have to be a certain length. I can't remember the length right now. I think they have to be under 2 minutes, but you can use those for your intros and your outros. Here are our backgrounds that we're using and sharing here. Now that's the background. That's not what you're seeing from me. I actually have a camera background where I'm using a green screen. So let me show you that too while we're talking about it. Love green screens. Green screens are awesome. If you don't have to use a green screen, that's even better because you get higher quality from your camera. But green screens are great if you need it. I'm going to, I guess, unmask myself here, show you our green screen. So this is a green screen behind me. So this is what it actually looks like in my house. I have a green screen elevated above me. It has to be well lit. But that is our green screen. I strongly encourage green screens. Green screens can take me anywhere. Hold on, let me see. I'm right clicking instead of left clicking. I can have wood behind me. I can have brick behind me. This is our theme for our church. If I want to be in an office that looks better than mine, here we go. Or if I want to be at the church, there I am at Bright Temple. Some people actually think I'm there when I have this up, but I'm not. But here's the green screen for the church. And then here's one I use, the one I have been using. So that just makes things look more professional when you have a green screen. If you need it, some of you might have it now. Y'all see the card. I'm going to pull her up real quick. You see, she got a nice looking background. So if you got a nice looking background, you don't have to worry about a green screen. That's not a green screen, is it?
No, sir. That is my actual office space.
Yeah, see, if you got a space that looks like that, you don't need a green screen. And that's better if you can do that. The reason it's better is because the quality of your video is better. The quality of your video is better if you don't use a green screen. So I just wanted to show you that for a minute. But StreamYard is amazing. I love StreamYard. I can't tell you how much I like it enough. It can be free with branding. By branding, let me see if I can pull that back up. If I pull up StreamYard branding, that means it's going to be here. So if you do not pay for StreamYard, it's going to look like that. It's going to look like that until you pay for it. So from my experience, it's better for it to look like that than you be doing nothing. Okay, I'm going to go back to the paralysis of analysis and back to what Sister Carter was saying. Sometimes we can be so set on trying to make something look perfect that we do nothing, and then we wind up stagnant and we don't achieve anything. If you don't have a format like StreamYard, I strongly encourage you get it, even if you need to get the free type. Who cares about the branding? They're going to be focusing on your content. So if you need to get that out there, use it for free. We did it. We used it for free until we were able to pay for it. But you can use it for free, or you can pay for it, and they'll remove the branding. Again, I was talking about green screens that gives you a sharper look. Very inexpensive. Our first green screen, and Joseph is online. He can attest to this. Some of you saw our streams last year, and you didn't know that our green screen was a plastic picnic tablecloth. Plastic green picnic tablecloth. Shake your head, Joe, and let them know that's what we were using. It was a plastic green tablecloth from Walmart that cost like $2, and we had 2 of them, and we laid them over each other, and that's what we did until we got a green screen. I'm telling you, you can do it. There's a way. Use some ingenuity. We figured out how to do it, but it can be done, and it can be done very cheap. And that's what I'm talking about. Everything that I've talked about, if you notice, there's a theme here. The theme of what I'm sharing with you is very inexpensive and free. Okay? Website, Wix, free to set up, free without a personalized domain. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all free. All platforms are free. You're not paying anything for that. StreamYard, you can use it with their branding, free. All right. So whatever they have, it's free. And I do I have the Okay, I did not put that in there. I don't know not why. Do not know why I didn't put that there. But the yes, the URL for StreamYard is StreamYard.com. I put all the other URLs in there. I'm sorry I left that one out. But to go to StreamYard, set that up for free, is StreamYard.com. Just like it looks there, StreamYard.com. One of our national evangelists, can't think his last name now, Joseph. Brother Gary, that's his name.
Free will.
Yeah, very good. You know, the good looking brother with the good hair that he pulls back in a ponytail. Yeah, he put me on the StreamYard. So, but yeah, it's free as long as you have the branding. I encourage you to use it. If nothing else, just go take it for a spin. I mean, you might not like it, you might hate it, but hey, go try it out because it's free. So just go look at it, StreamYard.com, and it's free. All right, for those of you who want to upgrade your streaming, this is going to be part 1, and this is just an overview because there's only so much we can cover. We're already an hour in, and there's only so much we can cover. At our church, we use Switcher Studio. A lot of churches use Switcher Studio. The reason you use Switcher Studio is because the only thing that you need to have, well, the main things that you need to have high quality sound and video are Apple products that many people already have. If you don't have them, somebody at your church probably has. We stream, and our basic setup are 3 iPhones that we own, an iPad Pro for our sound, and then just a simple plug-in for our sound for our streaming. That's what we use as our streaming setup. We have 3 iPhones that cover our 3 angles. If you've ever watched our content, you're looking at 3 iPhones. And I'll tell you something. Before someone laughs at an iPhone, I'll tell you right now, the iPhone can stream at 4K. It depends on which one you have, because I think is it after 11, Joe? Or is it 10?
I think so.
I'm certain 11. It may be iPhone 10, but it can stream at 4K. And what I'm getting ready to do is I'm going to show you this clip and just let you know that we'll talk about the scripture too. That'll be part 2 as well. Our scripture is done by Proclaim. We'll do that in part 2 of our streaming. And when we talk about that, okay, there it is. But that's Proclaim. That's Bible software that we use, and we put that up on the screen while we're streaming. But all of the videos and angles that you see are shot by iPhones, and I think we have an iPad sometimes. But if you have, they use Apple products, so you would need to borrow somebody's Apple products. If you got some members at your church who will let you borrow their iPhone, they can shoot this type of video. And right now, I think that's 1080. It may not be coming to you at 1080 because StreamYard might not be able to do that. But let me see if I can show you. Yeah, but if you see down in that corner, it says HD, which is 1080. It's streaming at 1080, and that is my son's iPhone that is doing that front camera angle. And then our side camera angles are also done by phones. So I'm just letting you know, we went with Switcher Studios because it allowed us to use, it was the cheapest method, just to be honest. We were able to use what we already had. We had phones. We didn't have cameras, but we had phones. So strongly recommend, if you're going to go to improve your streaming setup, use Switcher Studios. Switcher Studio, it's free trial with branding. It'll have a brand, and I'm sure you've seen the Switch. A lot of people use Switcher. It has a little orange swirls in the corner. Free trial with branding. If you want to send to multiple outlets, and this is the next level, and we'll get to Restream in our part 2. Restream will send it for $49 a month. That's a separate price. It'll send it to other places. The only thing that the limitation on Switcher is it will only send it to one location. It'll send it to YouTube or will send it to Facebook. It won't send it to both at the same time. So that's the limitation. But if you want to send to multiple outlets at the same time, then you'll need Restream. And Restream, that's their whole purpose. They send your stream to multiple outlets. So those are two things that I can share with you about streaming. You can use phones and an iPad. And if you look up Switcher Studios, they will give you videos. Their videos are amazing. That's how we figured out our setup. And this is, let me see if I can give you something here. Okay. Let me show you this. This is going to be look. Let me turn the light off so I don't. Well, let me go. Let me go. Let me blow up my screen first. Okay. All right. At the church, this is what we have. This is our setup for our stream. We put the phone here. So the phone is right in here. We have a light that you can get on Amazon. We have a cheap stand. This stand was $20 at Best Buy. They call this a rig. It's on Amazon. It was like $15, $20. And the light, so that you make sure that you have adequate lighting. The light was like $15, $20. And next part 2, we'll send links to all of this. All of that we picked up on Amazon. This total rig, like I said, about $60. The light, the rig to hold the phone, and then the stand. And I'll be honest, we purchased some more expensive stands, and I'll be honest, the cheap stand has been better than the more expensive stand that we got for $20. You know how that works sometimes. That works in other things too. But yeah, that's what we stream from. We use phones. And then those phones connect through Switcher Studios. That's what Switcher does. It connects your phones by Wi-Fi, so you need to have good internet connection at your church. And then it allows you to input your sound directly into an iPad that runs your whole system. You can have an iPad in the back that runs your whole system. Let me see if I can do that here. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to step over here and grab my iPad.
Need me to do it, Dad? I've got mine.
You got yours? Can you turn it around and show them? I'll blow you up.
Yep.
Okay. My son, he's our sound engineer. That he runs this in the back at our sound room. Okay.
Mine is dead.
Okay, yours is dead. Right. Well, I'll get mine then. And you can put this on multiple iPads because it is an app. Understand, it is an application. Okay. So I'm going to go to Switcher Studios on my iPad. Any Apple product, iPad, even iPods can be used as cameras. Any of those that have a camera on it can be used as cameras. Of course, the later you use it, the later it is, the newer it is, the better it will be. Okay. All right. All right. So this is a camera. This is it shows a close up of me. Okay, I need to blow up my picture. This is what the Switcher Studio interface looks like. It's showing that picture that's showing of me is actually, it's pointing at the screen. So that's why it looks like that. But here is the interface. You have multiple assets just like you do in Switcher. These are all assets, which mean if I push these assets, those are videos and pictures. What we do at our church is we have this running in the back. Joseph is managing this. He has videos. The videos show up as assets. Each phone that we have plugged up shows as an asset, up to 9 phones, which is pretty amazing. You could have 9 iPhones running different videos in your church. And then when you have those assets, you just click on each one and then it shows up in the main screen. So now that's our outro video with our giving that talks about our giving as well. So that's running in the main screen. So that's actually what would be streaming. We can click all of these. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me click none before I accidentally go live. I've done that. We've done that before. So these are all your assets. It works a lot like StreamYard, which I just showed you. And then up here, you'll have all your cameras. So you can have up to 9 cameras, and you just switch between cameras, switch between assets. And then we plug the, what's the word I'm looking for, Joseph? The adapter from our board straight into our iPad. So that's why our sound is clear. When you hear clear sound on the video, it's not coming from that phone. You will not get clear sound coming from the phone. The reason you have a clear sound, or you hear people with clear sound, is because they have the sound running from the board directly into a device, just like we do with our iPad. So if you want that's possible. Switcher Studios or some other process is what you will need to make that happen. And if you want more on StreamYard, remember I gave you guys a link that I told you to watch. If you got a chance, I'll send you that link again, or it's in our text list where Bishop Sheard really ran down all of he gave an amazing kind of virtual training that shares a lot of the other things in depth, but you can watch that as well. But if you want to improve your sound, you're going to need something like Switcher. Switcher, as I said, it's not exorbitantly expensive. It's about $39 a month. And I have it. Hold on, let me reduce my video. It's over here. Go to switcherstudio.com, not Switcher Studios, but switcherstudio.com. You can use the free trial with branding. The free trial it's like 4 weeks. It was. I don't know how long it is now. But it was like 4 weeks. We in that time we got our sound together, figured things out, and it can stream. If you go through Restream, it can stream to several different outlets, and all you need are iPhone products. iPhones. I say a perfect setup is if you have at least 2 or 3 iPhones and an iPad, preferably an iPad Pro. iPad Pro is better because you're going to get a much clearer sound. But if you have 3 iPhones and an iPad Pro, for a lot of people, you may already have iPhones in your congregation. You may just need to purchase an iPad Pro. I'll tell you this, if you go another way, you're going to purchase equipment that costs at least $400. Most of the time, if you go with another streaming service, they're going to ask you to buy their camera, and their camera, for the most part, is going to at least be $400. So when we saw this was the least expensive option that gave us what we needed. So that's why we went with Switcher Studios. Again, there may be something better, but you don't have to buy cameras with Switcher Studios. All you need is phones and an iPad. And if you, at most, you might have to buy an iPad. Oh yes, Sister Frazier, I appreciate your comment. You said it's iPhone 11 that shows 4K. Appreciate that. But if you have iPhones, and if at most you might have to buy an iPad, you can stream at 1080p HD from your services, and you can have a very high quality stream. And then again, I strongly encourage you, the rig I showed you, I strongly encourage you that for stabilizing the phone and also making sure you have proper lighting. Whole rig, again, $60. I'll share the links after this video. Like I said, $20 stand. We got it at Best Buy, a light and a little rig to hold the camera. We got on Amazon, $20 a piece. And there you go. And you can be streaming high quality with great sound with no problem. So anybody who wants any follow-up on that, if you have a question right now, I'll go ahead and answer it. But if you want a more extensive follow-up on that, let me know. And we can take you to our church and show you our setup. But that's what it is. You go to our church, what you'll see is 3 of those rigs in different places. We place phones in them. And again, the key to it, though, the key to all of your streaming is high quality internet. If you're going to spend money, spend it on making sure you have high quality internet, or all the other equipment is meaningless. None of it other is meaningful if you do not have high quality internet. So make sure you have that. Okay. If we don't have any questions, again, if you have questions, feel free to ask. If you want something more in depth, let me know, and I can definitely get with you guys individually. But I'm just sharing some things with you, some basic tips this morning. Again, text me if you didn't get this, what I'm sharing on my screen. If you didn't get that, text me and I'll make sure I share that with you so that you have all of these links and this information. I try to do this so you wouldn't have to take notes. I know how it is. When I watched the video I shared with you, I was furiously trying to take notes while they were sharing all that information. I'm sure I missed something, so I had to watch the video several times. But I sent this to your text as a photo. If you didn't get that, just let me know. All right, Linktree. I love Linktree. That's one of the things I learned about Linktree from the video I told you guys to watch. So if you watch that video, you already know about Linktree because that's where I found out about it. Linktree is amazing because it shares all of your information. It has all the information that you need in one place. And I'm pulling up our Linktree. Well, let me first pull up Linktree generally, and I have the link. But Linktree, there it is, LINKTR, and then the dot is before the EEs. The reason I love it is because, first of all, it can give you automatically a shortened URL to share with people. So, and I'll talk about Bitly in a minute because I still like Bitly. There are reasons to use Bitly. So if instead of sharing, we have a very long website. I'm sorry, at the time wasn't thinking about it. This was pre-COVID and all of this, did before streaming and all of that. Our website is www.brighttemplekojic.org. Love it. It's clear, but it's long. People might forget it, and everybody doesn't know Kojic. So then they might misspell it, and then they don't get there. Bitly is simple. Linktree is simple. It's Linktree/Bright Temple. They'll remember that. It's easy. And you can see that up there. That's our address. So it gives you a shortened address already. So that's awesome. So if you wanted Linktree/Faith Temple Ministries, there you go. All of this, as you see, this bubble thing is our theme for this year. It goes along with our theme. Able to put our logo up here. Able to put our message for the year: connect, grow, give. And then it has all of these links up here. So that takes people right there. They click that, it goes immediately to our latest live stream on YouTube. So whatever our latest live stream is on YouTube, that first link will take them there. So if somebody wants to know, and it also asks them to subscribe, which is awesome. Links are important, guys. If you want people to subscribe, give them the subscription link, and that's kind of advanced metrics. We'll go over that next time. But when they click that, not only will it take them to our page, but it asks them to subscribe to our content. So again, links are so important. It makes things easy for people. Here's a link to our website. Here's a link to our YouTube. Here's a link to our Spotify. Here's a link to Givelify. Givelify, guys, don't just tell people you're on Givelify. Give them the link. Give them the link to Givelify. Make it easy for them to give. So if you say Givelify, then they got to download the app, research it, all of that, try and get there. If you give them the link, so they click Givelify here, it takes them immediately to our giving page. So they don't have to look for it. They don't have to look for the app. They don't have to get to Givelify and then search for Bright Temple. None of that. It takes them right to our giving page. Bam. Here we are, our picture. Select your gift and you can give. All right. The simpler you make it for people, the more likely they are to participate. So make it easy. Give them a link. Don't just say we're on Givelify and give your church name. Give them a link so they can click directly to it. directions to the church are always important. I think that's important. And then I think we shared this last time, and I talked about it. Connect now. That means for somebody to connect to our ministry. Stole this from another church. It's good, okay to steal. I have no. I'm straight up with you. Another church was doing this. I'm like, yeah, that's an awesome idea. Google Documents. A Google document.
Your Google Home isn't set up yet.
Okay.
To get started, download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
Well, it's not Alexa, but whoever. Okay, Google didn't like me
Your
there.
Google Home is...
Okay, I'm going to unplug her in a minute. But anyway, yeah, I love these documents. They're free. Documents from Google are free. So I put our little theme for the year, our own little customized little graphic. It asks them their email address. It asks them their name, their mobile phone number. Do they want to become a member? Yes, no, already a member. A prayer request, comment, they submit it, and I get it in a document. I get it in a document that I can track, and it puts it in a spreadsheet for me. So then I have a spreadsheet link on my desktop. I check the link every once in a while, and it lets me know if anybody's wanted to become a member, if they wanted to join, and it's giving me their email address and their phone number. And all of this, remember, everything that I'm talking to you about came from one website, one URL, Linktree/Bright Temple. All of that. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Sister Carter. Just open your mic. You're on.
I have a question regarding Linktree. So is Linktree a website, or is it just another way to connect your ministry or business?
I consider it both. I consider this our primary website. I've gotten more. We get more clicks on Linktree than we do to our website, because they can get to our website from Linktree. They can get to everything, and even these little icons. I don't know if you can see them at the bottom. There's our Facebook page. There's our Twitter page. There's our Instagram page. They click the envelope. They can email us. That's our Apple Podcast. That's our app. They click that. They can download our app for our church. So there you click that, and then it pulls up the promo page. Well, it pulls up our app on the App Store. So if you want to download the Bright Temple app, there you go. Again, all of that from Linktree. They get to all of those places from one URL. All they had to do was go to Linktree. And in fact, you guys have seen it. I'll get to it in a minute. On all of my videos that we ever post up, it says bit.ly/Bright Temple, and I use bit.ly for it because bit.ly is a little shorter. All bit.ly is doing is pointing back to Linktree, and Linktree takes them everywhere. There's our Cash App. Okay, we were talking about linking on Cash App. Don't just tell them your Cash App name. Give them a link, and you give them a link. Bam, there they go. Takes them straight to Cash App so they can donate to you. So they don't have to go to Cash App and look you up. You can give them a link, and immediately it takes them directly to Cash App. Go ahead, Sister Carter.
One more question on this. So is this the paid Linktree to get all of these?
No. It's paid. Well, listen to this. It's paid for one reason, and paid. Let me explain paid on this one. Linktree is $6 a month. Okay, $6, $6 a month, $6. So yeah, it's paid. We paying them pennies, but it's $6 a month. And to be honest, you can get, if you want it free, you can have that. The only difference is at the bottom, it's going to say Linktree. It's going to have their branding on it. So you will get the same assets that we're talking about, but it's going to have their branding on the bottom. So to remove their branding at the bottom, $6 a month. And to be honest with you, I'm paying more for my website, but this is more valuable. This is much more valuable than my website. So that's why I say, for legitimacy purposes, it's good to have a website. If I had to choose between website and Linktree, all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Linktree, it's the best. Love it. Well, again, something that I learned from the video, I asked yes, Sister Frazier, you can add other ministries to it. I'm working on one for the district. We're going to have one from the district, and the district Christmas Memorial link tree is going to have all of your websites on it. So yes, it's going to have other ministries linked on it. So yes, I love it. It's amazing. In fact, I liked it so much that I got one for my ministries page, and I'm going to show you why I did it. I'm going to show you. Well, I'll show it to you for a reason, because the other one doesn't have it. Hold on, that's not me. Okay, I don't know what happened there. That's not me. Okay, there we go. There's my link tree. There's my link tree for the ministries. The only reason I'm showing you this is exactly the same, because look what I did here. Church links, that takes them to the church link tree. So if you click that, it takes them right back to Bright Temple's link tree. But I'm going to show you this. You do this and you can upload a video, and in the video player, it will play right there on your link tree. I mean, it's almost like having a YouTube video. And of course, like I said, I'm running several things, so it's a little slow, but it's like having YouTube embedded into my link tree. So they're sitting there watching a video, any video that I want to post, while they're on my link tree. So again, I cannot express to you how valuable this tool is. Again, I can't claim it for myself. I didn't discover it on my own. It was from watching that video that I told you about with Bishop Sheard. But everything I'm talking to you about relative to that emanates from Linktree, and you can customize it whichever way you want to. I can't tell you I can't share with you how valuable it is. I can share it. I can help give you a little quantifying of it. It gives you analytics. So when you go to your administrative page on Linktree, it gives you analytics as to how many clicks it has and how many people are watching it. Clicked on it, and this is when I found out the value of Instagram. 60% of all of my clicks on Linktree came from Instagram. 60% came from Instagram. And I said that, and I was like, it shows you where people are coming from. And then I found out that more than half of the people who clicked on our links weren't even in the United States. Most of them were in United Kingdom or Australia. So you really see how wide your reach is through the analytics. It's crazy. It's like Sister Carter said, it's global. It's everywhere. So can't emphasize Linktree enough. Use links. And then I was talking about here on our page, but back to where we were, post giving as a link. Always do that. Givelify has a link. This is our Givelify link for Bright Temple. It's better to show that than just put Givelify Bright Temple. That way they can link it wherever you are, Facebook, YouTube, share that link and they can click and give. Cash App. I'm giving you your URL. Your URL for Cash App is https ://. I put a space here so it wouldn't link it, but there's no space. cash.app / your cash tag. So like earlier, we were talking about working the dash of Sister Carter. It'd be https :// cash.app / working the dash. Okay. That's your personal URL for Cash App. Post it anywhere. And then again, smart thing to do is not to post that link, but rather put that link in Linktree. So then when you post Linktree, it has all of that. Remember, going back to our Linktree, you go back to Linktree, we have the Givelify, we have the there we go. We have the Givelify, we have the Cash App at the bottom. All of it is right there. Instead of posting a bunch of individual links on Facebook, when you post a video, just post Linktree / Bright Temple. But instead, like I said, we have Bitly, so that's what we see. So when you see it next time you check out one of our videos, I do not hardly ever post a video without putting our Linktree address on that. That way they have access to all of our information, all of our stuff, so they can see it. Next time you check us out on Facebook, you notice that you'll see Bitly Bright Temple connected to all of that. And the reason we do that is because it takes them to Linktree. And then once they go on Linktree, they have access to all of our information. Anybody, I think we penetrated there. Somebody like that. So, got any questions? Linktree. Go to Link again. It's free. You can set it up for free, and then if you decide to pay, it's $6 a month. And I will say it's probably one of the more valuable tools we have, and it gives access to people. It gives people access to all of your stuff. So I strongly recommend that you do that immediately, right now, after we get off this call. Set up Linktree, link it to all your websites, link it to all your giving. Givelify. Oh yeah, I meant to tell you. Let me go back up to Givelify. On Givelify, when you go into the Givelify dashboard, for those of you who have Givelify, it has in the far right corner, it says settings. Go to settings. Then it will take you. Then it has a heading at the top that says social giving. Click social giving, and as soon as you do that, it'll give you a link. And that'll be your Givelify link. So you can use that in Linktree. Link all of your giving. Guys, make it easy. Some of you guys, I'm not trying to talk about anybody, but all of you guys, I've given to every one of your ministries. And some of you, I had to look you up. I had to look up and figure out where to give. Some of you, I had to watch your stream and wait for you to tell me when it was time to give. And that's fine for me because I was determined I was going to give anyway. But make it easy for people. Make it easy for people. Maybe somebody says, hey, I want to bless this ministry. I wonder where I can bless them. Have your Linktree, Bitly splashed up everywhere where they can go to your Linktree and give. Somebody, I did something personal for somebody at school this week, and they said they wanted to give me money. I said, no, don't give me money. I said, I think I consider that part of ministry. I said, you want to donate anything, be a blessing to our church. How can I do that? I gave them our Linktree. Send them because it was easy to remember. I didn't have to send them to our website, go to Linktree, and they were able to link up and they were able to give. So, like I said, I can't. Go ahead.
I have a question about the algorithm for Facebook that actually slows down when you put in the actual hashtags and links that actually say that you're trying to accept money. Do you have any just tips on how to keep it moving, even though it's at the top and Facebook recognizes that it's some way you can get money, so they kind of slow it down in the algorithm, so therefore people can't really get it because they see .com or purchase or give or something like that.
Okay, now if you put a Linktree, Bitly, that is just like putting your website. We've never had any issues with that. Now, if you give, now I see what you're saying. If you put Givelify, give, pay, because we used to do that. I'm just. This is trial and error. I've learned from trying things and failing. We used to put the Givelify links up there, and then we would put the Cash App links up there, and they were up separately, and then we weren't getting the same feedback. And then once we did the Bitly, we didn't have that problem. Because that you can give there, but we don't even ask to give. We don't say, when we put up the link, we don't say you can give here on Bitly. We do not say anything about it. We just post it up. It's the link. I think most people get it. They just click the link because they do it all the time. Like I said, we get lots of traffic from it. So, and then when it's there, it's just obvious. Hey, Givelify, there's Cash App link, and then they can give that way. So we do not point them to Linktree for the purpose of giving. So I see what you're saying. We just put it up there. So, and then once you do that, people are going to click on it, and then they'll see that they can give. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. That is true. Facebook, I told you, Facebook smacks you down anyway. They do everything they can to smack you down. But yeah, if you just put the and ours is a Bitly. That's why I keep saying Bitly. Either way, Linktree or Bitly is fine. I keep saying Bitly. Let me go ahead and cover that. Bitly is free if you just use one. I mean, you can get a paid Bitly. I'll just tell you, ours are free. All right. So you can go to bit.ly.com, or there's the link right there to specifically go to bit.ly. They ask for an email address, so you can only create one for free. If you have several email addresses like I do, then you can get several free. That's what I've done. So our Bit.ly, and I just use Bit.ly because it's shorter than Linktree. You don't have to. Linktree short enough. But our Bit.ly is bit.ly/Bright Temple, capital B, capital T. So, and we have several. We also have bit.ly/BT Kojic, and we also own bit.ly/BT Church. So we have very, very short links that you can give to people, and all of those Bit.lys point back to our link tree. So that, I think, like I said, Bit.ly is free. If you use it just for one, you can just point it to one location. Now, if you go try and change it and stuff, it's going to tell you it's charging. So, but, and you can do the paid. I didn't do the paid. It just didn't seem like it was worth it. But if you want to do the paid, go for it. But yeah, I'd say point whatever you get, make it short, make it easy. Don't go on Bit.ly and then make a long, that kills the point. I didn't go on Bit.ly and say, okay, bit.ly/Bright Temple Kojic. That was the point, was making it short so people remember it. So don't go on there and make a long one. So make it short, or make it abbreviations. You know, some people may have a long, I'm good friends with, Pastor Taylor. You know, he doesn't want to put Greater Community Church of Chattanooga. So if he did a Bit.ly, it'd probably say /GCCC. You know, you want it to be shorter. You want it to be abbreviated. You want it to be something that's easy for people to remember, because sometimes, like on Instagram, you can't always post it. Well, it doesn't always link, but if you post it, they can do it themselves. So if it said something long, they won't remember it. But if it says bit.ly/BT Church, they'll remember that. And then they'll go ahead, put it in the URL and look it up. So make sure the point is to make it short. So again, if you use Bit.ly just once and don't try and get into all the analytics, it's free. You have to register using an email address, and be sure, think about it first. Not all of them are available. Understand that. Not all of them are available, but make it short, make it easy. And you might have to be creative. I'll tell you, in terms of being creative, for some reason, Bright Temple, a lot of people want Bright Temple. So we were fortunate, very fortunate, to get Bright Temple on YouTube, get the name Bright_Temple on Twitter. But then we got to Instagram, and for some reason, there were people who were named Bright Temple. I don't understand. So Bright_Temple was not available. Bright Temple was not available. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So Bright Temple Kojic was ours for a while, but again, that's long. I didn't like it. So what I changed it to is Bright Temple, but the last L is spelled with a 1. So it's Bright Temple, but that last L is a 1. So then it shows up shorter. So you might have to be creative in terms of making it short and easy for people to remember. So, but when you go to Bit.ly, don't make a long URL. That kills the whole point. The point is for it to be short. So when you go to Bit.ly, make sure you make it short. All right. Okay, my time is long. I've far spent, so I'm going to, but some good questions, very good questions. Thank you, Evangelist Carter, for asking those questions. App, this is what I want to close with. I had some interest last time we talked about it, so let me hit this shortly. You can get an app for $50 total with no monthly fee. And that's what we were sharing last time. $50, the app is $50 total, no monthly fee. Nothing else, no other charges, and you're completely in charge of it. And I love it. And there you see it. There's the URL, ministrymobile.com. Now, when you go to ministrymobile.com, I'm going to show you something. They're going to tell you it cost $100 because that's what they first told me. But what I want you to do is do this. I want you to go to the Get Started Now, put in your information, and then don't buy it. Put your information in, email, all of that, and then don't buy it. And you know what happens? They're going to email you. And after a while, they're going to say, hey, we'll give it to you for $49. So if you're patient, that'll happen. I'm telling you, it's because, see, I wait things out. If in the art of negotiation, one of the main tenets of negotiation is be willing to walk away from the table immediately. You have to be able to be willing to walk away from the table. So I put in all my information, and then I just let them. I didn't buy it, And then they emailed me about a week later and they're like, hey, we'll get it. You still interested? We'll get it to you for $49. So if you want it today, you can get it for $99. If you're patient, they will email you back and offer it to you for $49. Once you pay that $49, that is absolutely it. I promise you, they do not charge you anything else. You do not have to pay anything else for the app once you pay that $49. That's 100% it. And here is what this is what the interface looks like. Well, this is the actual app. This is our interface. This is how we manage the whole app. I'm responsible for everything that's on the app. The logos, the backgrounds, all the content is from the app. And this is a demo of the app. So I have here, call us. Well, I can't do it from a computer, but on a phone, it'll pull up the number and you can call Bright Temple. It has our number on there. Guess what? There's Givelify. They click Givelify. I've shown you several times. Takes you directly to our Givelify. E-Bible. I thought that was neat. You pull up the E-Bible. I use Bible Gateway. You can use whatever you want to. They can put in a little notation. It'll search and look it up for them. And that's all from the home screen. Going back. Okay. I'm going back to the home screen. Okay. I gotta go press back up here. All right. Home screen up here, little camera. That's our live stream. So that will take them. I'm gonna press cancel, but that will take them to whatever we have going live at that moment. Links. Guess what that link takes them to? Linktree. So again, they can look at all of our links. I'm not going to open it in the browser, but there it is. And here are our podcasts. It will take them to all of our Apple Podcasts, all of that, and they can view that. Here is just basic information. It gives them directions, the address to the church. It gives them the phone number. It gives them the website. They can email us, a little short thing about our blurb about our church, and then some of our social links, and then our times for opening, when our services are. All of that is listed right there on this app. Here is our calendar for events. All of these little dots indicate that something is on that date, and then they click it, and there's Tuesday Night Live. So they know when our services are. Here's our messaging app. They can go click messages, and then all of the messages that we want to send to them are there. And then hold on. Yeah, all of our messages that we want to send there are there. This is an amazing app. I love it. It's customized. As soon as I make a change on this app, in 30 seconds, it's live. So if I change something right now, by the time I click it and check it, it's live on everybody else's app. So I can make changes immediately on the app. That's what I love about it most. We've had 2 previous apps, but the 2 previous apps, I had to call somebody, I had to email them, I had to send them a description of what I wanted. It took a while for it to come up. But with this app, immediately, it shows any changes that I make, it shows up immediately. The app is through Ministry Mobile. I'm going to send you that. I'm going to send you this as well, Sister Carter, but it's ministrymobile.com. And that's who you go to. You go there. Like I said, be patient. Go ahead and tell them you put all your information in, and then wait for them to email you back. Go here, say get started now, and they'll offer it to you for $50. And I promise you guys, I would not lie to you. It's $50 total. We've had 2 separate apps at Bright Temple. Both of the apps that we had charged at least $40 a month. And that's cheap. Most of them charge hundreds of dollars a month, plus thousands of dollars to set up. Most of them have like a basic setup fee of like $1,000 to $2,000, and then a monthly fee of over $100. Ours, we were fortunate. We thought we were doing great. I think it was $100 setup fee, and then it was like $40 a month. But the lady, when I told her we were leaving her app, she's like, "What? You must have gotten a better deal." I said, "Yeah." I said, $50 setup, and it's free for a month. And she said, "I understand." She said, "You can't beat that." So that's what we have. We pay $0 a month for our app. We have an app that's totally customizable. And look, here's our launch page. I thought this was looks nice too. Send people to the link. That's in our link tree as well. If they want to download the app on Apple or Android app. And then also there's a QR code. They can take a picture with the QR code on their phone and it'll take you to the app. So it'll take you to download the app. And like I say, we paid $50 for it total and nothing per month. And it's been nothing but amazing. It works perfectly. You do not, let me tell you this, you do not have to go, it's your choice. They will show you how to go through the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We did that and we own it. It's our app. So it's listed when you go to those places to go to Google Play. Let me see if I can take you there real quick. If you go to those places, it's listed as being owned by Bright Temple because we own it. So see, it's the name of it's Bright Temple. It's owned by Bright Temple. We are the ones who own the app. So it is completely in our control. So if you can choose to go that way, but you do not have to go that way. This app will work on your phone without having to go through Google Play or Apple App Store. That's what's amazing about it. It's an instant app. That's a new thing. That's why it's free. It's basically an app that works web-based and it pulls it in from the web. It's amazing. It's free. There's no, like I said, there's no hidden charges, no fees. When you pay that $50, whatever, that's it. Man, it's one of the best, other than Linktree, it's been probably one of the biggest blessings we've had because it's like I said, it's $50, then it's nothing per month. And I strongly encourage you to go for it, look into it. Like I said, it's amazing. And the thing about it is the people at my church, when they saw it, they're like, man, I like this app more. I'm like, that's great. They don't really, and I was like, then I told them, I said, I'm glad you do. It's because it's free. It costs us nothing per month. So great, strongly encourage you to do that. Remember, I've sent this sheet to you. If you need me to email it to you again, I will. Some things that I want to talk to you about next time. eVoice. I love eVoice. We'll talk about that. But that's why if you call it for our streaming, now you can call our regular phone line and go to streaming. And we have a digital assistant. When you guys get a chance, call our church number. Sounds really professional. You would think we have somebody there. We don't. It is a digital assistant. But when you get a chance in your leisure, just call our church number. There it is, 931-684-7356. You'll get a digital assistant and she'll say, do you want to talk to Pastor Chrisman? Dial option 5. And when she does, guess what? It sends me a message. In fact, let me see if I can do that now. Because I want to show you.
Going there right now.
Secretary, press 2. For Executive Secretary, press 3. For Lady Chrisman, press 4. For Pastor Chrisman, press 5. Hi, you've reached a personal assistant for Pastor Chrisman. Please tell me your name and I'll try to connect you.
Takitha Carter.
Please hold. Thank you.
Now I'm going to mute you and let you hear what I hear on my end.
This is a Chrisman from Takitha Carter. To accept this call, press 1. To send the caller into voicemail, press 3.
I'm going to send you the voicemail.
From Takitha Carter. To accept this call, press 1 or 9. To send the caller in...
Okay. But yeah.
Not available at the moment. Sending you to voicemail. Begin speaking at the tone. When you are done, hang up or press pound for more options.
Guys, I mean, that's awesome. I love it. I know where my call is coming from when it comes to my phone. I know it's coming from the church line. I can give people my church number and they have my number. And then, but then, it helps you to screen your own calls because you know who it is. If they don't give a name, you definitely send them to voicemail. It's amazing. I love it. So then when people at your church, because people at church will give you other people your number. I said, don't do that. Give them the church number. tell them to dial option 5, and then I'll get their message. I saw Pastor Cross shake his head, so he knows I'm telling the truth. People will give your number away, and you be like, "Who is this calling me?" so yeah, there is a charge for eVoice. It depends on how many people you connect. The fewer people you have to connect, the cheaper it is. The basic service is about $25 a month, but understand it's our phone service. We do not have AT&T regular phone service. It is the church's phone service. So we don't get an AT&T bill and an eVoice bill. No, we just get an eVoice bill. So when you think of it as replacing your phone line, $30 a month is not bad. So that's the only phone bill we get is through eVoice. So yes, love it. I think it's awesome. I don't have time to do phone live streaming. I think it's amazing, but our phone live streaming is also the key to our podcast. Phone live streaming, basically, it calls everybody who wants to listen to our stream live, and then it saves that audio and sends it to Apple Podcasts for me, and it sends it to Spotify for me, and it's awesome. Love it. But we'll get onto that. And the online digital mixer. I was going to share this with you. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this going. I'm not listening, so I hope this has worked. Give me a thumbs up when you hear music. Okay, you hear music? All right. The reason you hear music is because this is Joseph. I give credit to Joseph for this. Hold on. Let me turn the music off. And I'll tell you how I'm playing my music, just so you know. Can I put myself on big screen? Hold on. All right. For those who heard of it, hoop triggers. I love hoop triggers. I use it. I use the music. I guess you could preach from it too. Hold on. I don't even know what's playing because I can't hear it. But yeah, the reason I can play that directly, I'm plugging that into my computer, is because we have what's called a digital mixer. And the digital mixer, get the theme here, guess how much it costs? It's free. It's free. It's called Voice Meter. You can look it up. Look up Voice Meter. And meter spelled MEETER. But Voice Meter, look that up. You want to go through it again, I can show you. But right there, the thing that you see coming through that's trending is my voice. When I plug in the music, that's the next one that's coming up. You see it on the right, and we chose to get the cheaper one. Well, no, not cheaper. It's all free. We chose to get the less complicated one because we didn't understand the more complicated one. In fact, I downloaded the more complicated one, and I was like, whoa, that's too much. So we came back down to the less complicated one. All of them are free. They asked for a donation if you don't mind. I did give them a donation because it's been amazing. But that means I can plug different sounds up and you can hear it. I can plug different musics up. I can plug another mic up and somebody else can be there, and you can adjust their audio. It can adjust your voice, as you see there. My voice here, it has been adjusted because a lot of times the mic makes me sound higher than I actually am, but this keeps me at my true voice right here. And I love it. I love it. Voice Meter, look it up. It's free. Again, like everything else we've talked about, it's free. And then the next time we get together, we'll discuss it further, and we'll talk about how you can manipulate and use it. All right, guys, we've covered a lot. We're hitting that 2-hour mark, which is what I didn't want to go past the 2-hour mark. Guys, anybody, you're live. Any questions that you have? Any questions that you have for me? Anybody out there have any questions? No question's a bad question. Anything I can help you with, I hope I've explained it the best I can. But anything that I didn't cover well enough, just let me know. Please let me know now. Because the whole point of this session is not to make anybody look good. It's to be helpful. It's to make sure that we're providing something that is helpful, that is beneficial to you. And again, remember, for those who are on our text list, you have this video saved. Just go to that link at YouTube. It's live right now because we're still live. But yeah, you will. We're going to leave it up, and all you have to do is share that link with anybody in your team, and they can review any of this information. Anybody have any questions? Anybody? Well, I do want to say this. Thank you so much, Evangelist Carter, for being with us. I didn't anticipate you being with us the whole time, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I saw Pastor Little with us. Pastor Andre was with us. I thank you. Our district missionary is with us. Thank you. We saw. I know because she commented. I can't call out everybody who was watching on YouTube, but I can call out the ones who were chatting with us. So I know Sister Sharon Frazier from Higher Ground was chatting with us. So I know she was there. And to anybody who was watching us on YouTube, who's part of the tech team at your church, we appreciate you coming in, chiming in with us, and listening. I thank you guys for participating. Again, follow up with any text, any questions that you think of later. Just text me, Sister Carter. I'm going to text you this thing that I had, this document I had to the right. I'm going to text you that. Everybody else should be on our list who's on this live. If you need to share that with your team, feel free to just forward that to your team. Appreciate you participating. Thank you for sharing. And I just want to, and thank you, Joseph, too. My son, Joseph, he's my tech guy. He's there in his room, providing tech support for me. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys for listening. And I do want to close out in prayer. Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this team, this group, these leaders, Lord, every person who's associated with this meeting, with this call, Lord. Lord, we ask that the information that we've shared, Lord, that it is just simply a tool in our hands. But Lord, you can multiply and make it more useful. You can multiply it and make it more effective. You can multiply it, Lord, and make it cause us to reach more people for the kingdom. Lord, you said, if you be lifted up, Lord, that you'll draw all men unto yourself. And Lord, help us in everything that we do and every tool that we utilize to not shine the light on us, but Lord, we're shining the light on you so that you can be lifted up and others might be drawn to you. And Lord, we pray, Lord, for residue to the kingdom right now as a result of this call. Lord, we pray for souls to be saved, Lord, for lives to be reached, for people to be encouraged as a result of the actions that take place subsequent to this call, Lord, as we work hard for your kingdom. Lord, do not allow us to get discouraged, Lord. Do not allow us to be paralyzed in this moment, but Lord, give us the energy, the strength, the strategies, and the plans, Lord, your wisdom that we need to go forward and affect lives for the kingdom. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. God bless each of you. I praise God for you and thank you for participating in this call. And may you be blessed by what you've heard, that you might make a great impact for God's